What is up, movie lovers? Welcome back to the Pass the Popcorn podcast. The only show where the popcorn is fresh, the takes are hot, and the spoilers are usually totally accidental.
Usually.
I'm your host, Nick, here with my co-host, Rob.
What's up?
And we are absolutely pumped you're here today. Whether you're a casual streamer or a diehard cinephile, you've come to the right place. Today we're cutting through the hype, breaking down the shots, and diving deep into the films that have us all talking. So make sure you grab your snacks and find your seat. The show starts right now.
All right. So one thing you'll find that we do is typically in the past we have shared a couple of segments before then, but we're really going to, from this point out, try to use our kernel of news segments as well as post-popcorn perceptions as a separate midweek episode so we can release a little more content. And we can keep these episodes a little bit shorter, and we can focus these episodes particularly on the wheel. And before Nick explains to you, for the new viewers, what the wheel is, say hi to our new producer, Keaton. Say hi to him, Keaton.
That's his hand.
That's his hand. That's his hand.
He's hiding back there.
Look at that hand. Wow. That's a great thumb. All right, fantastic. Hey, great to have Keaton as our producer here. Nick, explain to them the wheel, and then we'll get into today's episode.
Yeah, so the whole point of this podcast is to be a way for us to, one, explore our movie libraries with you guys alongside of us. But the way we wanted to do that is to avoid any biases or movies that we just avoid in general. Is I have made a wheel containing over 250 movies from both mine and Rob's movie libraries.
Absolutely.
So that way we can, at the end of each episode, we spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, we watch, and then we talk about it in the next week's episode. It's just a way to, one, like keep us on our toes, to not let it get stale, and to just add a little whimsy and fun to it.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. And this week's episode, we are focusing on
the
Batman.
1989 Batman.
Not the Batman, which is the Robert Pattinson, but Batman. The 1989
Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
Batman.
And what we're going to do as a part of that one is we're going to break down this movie, and we're going to probably add a little bit of discussion at the end, because I made Nick sit down and watch not only that one, but we also sat and watched Batman Returns, which was wild.
Oh, Keaton, can you hand us the Batman Returns VHS tape?
One of my absolute favorites.
We can set that right, or can you set it right in front? Like right here in the middle.
That's great. What a producer! What a producer! My gosh, here, hand it to me.
Yeah, hand it to me. Yeah, let's just set it right there. There.
Look at that great movie with that ugly penguin and all that stuff.
It's a gross penguin.
Gross penguin.
Filthy.
Oh my gosh. So we're gonna get into, and because this one is, I remember seeing this as a kid in the theaters myself, because I'm old. And Nick is not. We're very different in age. So I have a very different experience with this, and he did. So I'm going to lead us through the scenes, and let's just kind of unpack it a little bit. This is how we handle each one of these. So we start the movie with the incredible score.
Oh my god, this score is so iconic. It's not even
Danny Elfman.
I had seen this movie once forever ago, but I knew the score the literal second it started, because of Batman, the game, the Lego game, Lego Batman. And it's just so iconic.
Oh my gosh, so good. It's
up
so
there
good.
with Superman's from Superman the movie. It's you just hear it and you know.
Here, hot take. It's better than Superman's theme, in my opinion.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that heavily.
I think it's, I don't know if it's a hot take, but it's my take. And my take is I like that better. But I love John Williams. And Danny Elfman, this is one of the best things he ever did. And it goes through a logo at the beginning and kind of sets it up. And I do believe that the old yellow and black logo is just a really great logo.
It's an iconic logo. That's
fantastic.
That's the logo most people associate with Batman. Not even, mainly because of this movie, but also because for a while there, like in the comics, they switched it to that logo.
Yeah. They did.
I appreciate the black and yellow. I said that. My favorite's the black and gray. Not even just the Batfleck, but in the comics, like the New 52.
Yeah, and thank you to to the comics. Thank you to Bob Kane. But also not just Bob Kane, but those true Batman fans out there. Bill Finger Years later, you can watch a great documentary about this. It talks about this concept. Have you seen it before? There's a great documentary that talks about how Bob Kane, who was one of the original authors of everything in regards to, and illustrators with everything in regards to Batman, he got all of the credit for it, but one of the people that worked directly with him for all early Batman stuff was Bill Finger. He wouldn't have been created without Bob Kane and Bill Finger. So now any project, including The Batman, you see Bob Kane and Bill Finger, both of their names. So thank you to Bob Kane and Bill Finger, and all of those connected. The movie opens, Gotham at night, the mugging.
The mugging, they really set you up. I told, like, when he started it, when we watched it, I was like, wow, we're really starting it off with the iconic, here we go. We're going to see Martha and Thomas Wayne bite the dust, and then
It's not.
It shows us up at the top with, I'd say, revolutionary for the time, using a rotoscope on Batman to keep him black. Because Rob was like, they animated that really well, and I was like, that was insane. I didn't expect to see Batman already. I thought I was about to watch the creation of Batman.
Oh yeah. No. He in this immediate moment, it is establishing for you that, and I think the Batman does a great job with this too, that Gotham City is a character in this movie. That Gotham City is a character, and Tim Burton wanted this to feel like movies from the 1930s. He wanted to feel like German expressionism. Like, he wanted it to be really dark and gritty, and you can see it immediately. Not even just purely about filming style. You see it filming style, but you see it in like how they've set up the scenes, the makeup, the costumes, the way the sets are built. It's really amazing, really amazing. So the mugging happens, and Batman appears from the shadows.
Batman appears from the shadows very early on, and he drops the line within the first 5 minutes of the movie of, I'm Batman.
Oh,
I was like...
And it's right, hold on. I'm Batman. Like, oh my gosh, so good. So
yeah, Michael Keaton doesn't have like a Christian Bale, like, where is she? Rachel!
No, it's very much just, he talks a little bit lower than his normal voice, but very much less like, I want to destroy my throat forever kind of Christian Bale version.
It's more just, I'm Batman.
Then from that point, it jumps into Alexander Knox and Vicky Vale. So it shows you the journalists, because a big part of this is they are trying to break down the detective story that Batman, and spoiler alert, Bruce Wayne is Batman. If you you didn't pick up on
Bruce Wayne and Batman are the same guy?
Sorry, bro.
This isn't.
You didn't catch that when we were watching the movie?
No. Remember how I said, like, dude, we've never seen him in the same room, but like,
see?
You've never seen
spoilers.
me and Sydney Sweeney in the same room. So like, you know,
yeah, I've seen you plenty of times in the room without Sydney Sweeney. So let's just go ahead and change the channel, whatever's going on there. So ultimately, what happens here is you're setting up Vicky Vale, who was and I believe Alexander Knox, both comic book characters of journalists. One's a journalist, one's a photojournalist, and they're going to do investigating reporting because there's
Robert
a lot
Wool
of
is Alexander Knox, Kim Basinger, Vicky Vale.
Kim Basinger. Oh yeah, Kim Basinger is incredible in this. And so, one thing I find is really, really interesting here is that Tim Burton he doesn't spend a lot of time doing like massive exposition. Like he realizes the scenes he's setting up here and the people he's setting up and everything is going to kind of show you, or you're going to be able to feel it immediately. And he's not just going to bog it down. Because exposition's good. Exposition's great. But sometimes you can bog things down in too much dialogue, a little heavy-handed. And then you set up a couple of other characters.
We meet Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
His
character
Jack at this point.
Jack Napier.
Is there. He's talking to Alicia Hunt.
Yes.
Played by Jerry Hall. Where he's basically messing around with his boss's girl.
Yes. His boss, Carl Grissom, played by Jack Palance. From, if you've never watched the City Slickers movies, City Slickers, great film. A lot of fun. Billy Crystal, really, really good movie to watch. But yeah, Jack Palance, and he is cheating
He's cheating. Like she's cheating on him. He's playing with cards because like he's very reminiscent of the Joker already. He plays with cards. He's a little chaotic where he's like, oh, he likes this girl, but also at the same time I thought it was funny whenever she like tried to get too close. He goes, well, he's not gonna find out.
Yeah,
get away from me. Like,
yeah, like he's very into himself. And I told Nick when we were watching this, something that's incredibly interesting is that Jack Nicholson, whenever he made this movie or was asked to be in this movie, he negotiated a massive, massive contract. So he didn't just negotiate for himself to receive at the time he was making, I think I told you, about $10 million per film. Well, he negotiated to make about $6 million for this film. And then in addition, he would get points. And what it means to get points is sometimes you'll have people like when it came to Forrest Gump, I believe Tom Hanks made points. A lot of these movies, so that they can keep the budget down, what they'll do is they'll make points in the back end. And because of that, Jack Nicholson would make close to $90 to $100 million off of this movie versus his normal $10 million. It's insane.
That's insane.
But at the time, Michael Keaton's big.
Michael Keaton is big.
But Jack Nicholson
is bigger.
Is gigantic. Huge star.
Only other character really to introduce up to this point that's a big player is Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams, a great
Lando Calrissian himself.
A great Harvey Dent. And Jim Gordon is in it, but he's kind of a side character. They don't really give him much.
Jim Gordon, as we discussed, this is not like your typical Jim Gordon. This isn't comic Jim Gordon. This isn't animated series Jim Gordon. This is just a guy who's there named Jim Gordon.
Yes.
For the sake of having a cop named Jim Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
He's not as good as Gary Oldman. He's not even as good as J.K. Simmons, who had like 5 seconds of screen time.
Although I love the actor who plays Alfred in this film.
Yes.
He's so good. Do you have his name?
He is Michael Gough.
Michael Gough. Man, he's great. He is a great Alfred. I would rank him as one of the best. Just kind of that quiet confidence that Bruce Wayne needed him. Batman needed him. Ultimately, he could have him there for him in the middle of all that.
He's very comic Alfred.
Yeah, he's very comic Alfred.
Like the Alfred who knows everything that's going on with Batman, but still keeps a cool head.
Yeah, he's just there. Like there's a really great scene when he's at a party and Bruce Wayne's at the party, and he's constantly cleaning up after Bruce, and like picking up after him, because that's his whole thing. Like his whole shtick is he is to be there for whatever. And for those of us that have watched Batman movies all of our life, you get a lot more unpacking of all of that. And if you want to watch a really interesting series to give you more background on Alfred, there's a great series on HBO Max called Pennyworth. Really worth a watch if you like the Batman
Not
universe.
Pennywise. Pennyworth.
No, that's Welcome to Derry. Also great, but a very different show. Leads us to Axis Chemicals, and you commented on this.
Axis Chemicals. This was a movie, like what I really enjoy about Superman the movie, this Batman, is for some reason in today's day and age, when it comes to these characters in their comic book movies, there's certain things that they just don't ever want to show. They just don't want to ever veer into. Axis Chemicals is such a big part of the Batman comics.
As if tying them to these ideas that float not only through movies, but through comics.
Yeah. And this feels like
it's a bad thing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we can't do that. Chemical plants are bad. I'm like, it's the Joker. That's where the Joker gets made. I don't care if in the real world we hate chemical plants. If you're making a Batman movie, you need to acknowledge the parts of his ethos where things came from and just like do it. Like how in the movies we haven't seen Arkham Asylum really.
Yeah.
Ever. Arkham Asylum in itself is a character, and I feel like if there were more movies, actually there is Batman and Robin. They go to Arkham Asylum.
They do go to Arkham
because
one of the best things about Batman and Robin.
The movies from the 80s and 90s didn't care. They said we're going to stick to stuff from the comics.
Yeah, because there was this need of like later on, and we'll talk about this more later. Later on, when you get in the Batman series, there's this need to keep it somewhat grounded. And in this era of this, they're kind of coming out of the same 80s era of Superman that I don't have to keep Superman grounded, that ultimately his alter ego will keep him grounded. Mm-hmm. And then in the same, Bruce Wayne will keep him somewhat grounded. even though Bruce Wayne is, if you compare the characters, Clark Kent, great guy, Bruce Wayne,
Playboy,
rich playboy. Although the best Bruce Wayne ever in any one of them is Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's the best,
without a doubt, in my opinion. So he falls into the chemicals, as Nick was sharing. Batman killing criminals here was actually controversial. I know you made comments about this.
I made comment after comment because I love Batfleck. He's probably one of my favorite iterations of Batman. And there was so much chatter when Batman v Superman came out about him driving his Batmobile and mowing people down with machine guns, and when he's fighting the goons in probably the best Batman fight scene ever put to screen.
It's great.
He is beating these men. And I went, okay, so yeah, let me watch.
Like the desert scene, he has the gun.
The desert scene when he has the gun. And I said, okay, yeah, you're right. Batman doesn't use guns. Batman doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
Fast forward to me watching Batman again after not seeing it since I was like a wee toddler. And I see this Batman straight up blowing people up.
Well, and the truth is, though, Nick, and for our audience as well, it's not completely true that Batman doesn't kill people. Like, it depends on which version of Batman you're talking about. Like, there's a code. Like, and there's like pre-code in regards to a certain version of Batman. And what Tim Burton was trying to tap into was a little more of the darker edge side of Batman. This isn't Adam West Batman. He's going to deal with he's going to deal with them as well. It's going to make this darker and grittier. And what a great, it's just a great origin story to fall into chemicals.
Yeah.
And come out disfigured.
And to truly inspire like the comics, like, because I said even to this point, they really get to give us a glimpse into the Joker origin in the comics in Under the Red Hood.
Yes.
And
great. I mean, and we've said this before, but we'll say it again. If you've never watched any of the DC animated universe stuff, you are truly missing out on really incredible movies just because they're animated and just because they weren't released in theaters.
Yeah, and if you like DC heroes and you're like, man, some of the stuff they've released in theaters has kind of been a letdown, go watch the animated stuff.
Go watch everything, all of it. I have rarely, there's some things out there that are not great. But maybe we'll do an episode later. We'll talk about some of our favorites.
About some of our favorite animated ones. So yeah, basically when it comes to the Batman character in the comics, up until Under the Red Hood, they had never really given us any type of origin story for the Joker. He was meant to be an agent of chaos. So when I feel like they went to make their origin, they really took a lot from what this movie did because so many people liked it.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it's one of those that if you have not watched the DC animated movies, you really need to get in and watch. But you need to watch all of those anyways. So it unpacks this. You get, Jack Napier the Joker is born at this point.
Born. His skin is bleached all white.
Have you ever danced
green,
with the devil in the pale moonlight? All of that stuff.
He goes to find his boss because the reason he got dropped in acid was his boss double crossed him.
Yeah,
because
set him up
because he was with his girl.
Yes.
And so he goes to find him, kills him, takes over his mob. His mob is his mob boss.
Empire. This is where you start to see how Heath Ledger's performance was really inspired by Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah.
You can really see it at this part of the movie.
There's like a whole point where he calls in all the other mob bosses, and I literally looked at Rob and I said, "This is crazy. This is the pencil scene."
Yes.
And I had the same realization then that I did when it came to Superman, where I was like, "Oh, instead of me thinking of it as this scene reminds me of this scene, most people were probably watching that pencil scene going, "Oh, this is reminiscent of Jack Nicholson when he brought in all the other mob bosses."
Yes.
And took out a guy with a hand.
No, and you could pick up on that very, very. And what's interesting is the mobsters in the city realize that now they're working for
the Joker.
The Joker, who doesn't refer to himself as Jack Napier anymore. He is the Joker now.
Says Jack Napier's dead.
And he says Jack Napier's dead. And he comes up with this plot to basically put chemicals from Axis Chemicals into a bunch of different
beauty products to make other people smile like him.
And that scene of them on the news when the newscasters are on there is a great scene.
Oh yeah,
great scene. Because they come on there, and I remember telling you, hey, make sure you pay attention to the scene. It's such a good scene because they have them on split screens. She starts laughing hysterically. He wonders what's going on.
She falls over.
And she falls over. She's laughing. Her face is stuck in this massive, huge smile. And then Joker takes over the screens. And what's so sick and twisted about his character is he's using the images of two dead women that he's talking through them like, you're probably too young for this, but you remember Conan O'Brien, his talk show.
Yeah.
There's a bit he used to do on his talk show where he'd take a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger or somebody and then like put lips behind it to make it look like somebody was talking, and they do like really bad impressions. Well, that's what he was doing with these characters. And it's sick and twisted because these are people that literally had just died, and he's all like, love that Joker. And they're all talking about selling cosmetics, that you got to get these cosmetics, and people are terrified.
And he says some of you might have already used some of them because he mixed them in with a bunch of other products because he's the Joker. He thrives on chaos.
And so after that, the next scene you've seen at the news is they look
disheveled. They don't have any makeup on. They don't have
hair's
any
messed
hair
up
stuff
because they can't use hairspray. They can't
trust any of it.
They can't trust anything. So they're an absolute mess. All the while this is happening, you're seeing the development of Bruce and Vicky's relationship happening a lot more here. That's happening a lot more. He begins to... He's hiding his identity at first, but
you see Johnny Knox simp for Vicky Vale every chance he gets. He goes, yeah, you don't want to go for that big stiff Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, like maybe like simp, like if someone were like really into like a movie star, say like Sydney Sweeney or something, it'd be very similar to that kind of vibe. Right? Yeah. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, except Vicky Vale actually got to meet Bruce Wayne.
Oh, okay, that's the difference. and you gotta understand that prior to this, I mean, Michael Keaton does a great job in this one. What'd you think of Michael Keaton?
I thought Michael Keaton did a fantastic job. My first Michael Keaton full-on experience was The Founder.
Yeah, the McDonald's movie.
But I knew, I watched Batman. But when I say I watched Batman, it was so long ago that I didn't really remember much of the movie.
You were a kid.
I was a kid. I was a really small kid. And honestly, I think the reason I don't remember is I probably watched it and I got freaked out.
Yeah.
And so my parents I never watched it again. But seeing Michael Keaton as Batman,
Mr. Mom.
Yeah. It gave me, I'm thinking of him as the Vulture, because I did say to you,
yes,
and
menacing.
I say it every time we watch something, where I was like, man, if I had a nickel for every time that Michael Keaton played a character with wings or something, I'd have 3 nickels.
This guy, and every time he watches a movie, he's like, if I had a nickel for, are you 100? Is he like, are you 100 years old? You make 100-year-old man jokes.
But what I mean is to see see him in The Flash.
Yes. And his Flash, it's the best part of The Flash.
It is the best part of The Flash.
Besides the Ben Affleck opening.
The Ben Affleck, yeah.
It's really, really good, except for the babies.
The
babies. Is
so Andy
bad.
Muschietti, I'm so glad you made It Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, you redeemed yourself majorly. But back to Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was in a very similar fashion to how people were not into Batfleck. People really criticized Michael Keaton prior to his performance. They didn't think he was strong enough, big enough. There were people that were going, this guy's balding. He can't be Batman. They were protesting his casting because they just didn't think that he was appropriate for the role. But he does this really restrained performance that is just much more internal. And I think that Michael Keaton provides a blueprint in the end for what other people would try to be.
Yeah, I said to you when we were watching that this is when a lot of people think of Batman, there's a large generation and a large number of people who their first thought is Michael Keaton. They think, hey, this is Batman to me. Which when I come to think about it that way, that's why a lot of they want to reboot these characters so many times, not only just for money. I mean, a lot of it is for money, but it's the same thing with I say the Disney live action stuff. People all the time when they go, why do they keep making these live action remakes? I'm like, well, they're making them for a new batch of kids,
for a new audience, and I don't think it's ever really a bad idea to make a movie and go, hey, wouldn't it be cool to see Robert Pattinson play Batman, and you go
in a more detective
and you go and you think to yourself, like some of us thought prior to that movie, he's a good actor, but I don't know.
We want Edward Cullen?
Yeah, Edward Cullen. And then all of a sudden he does it, and you're all,
whoa,
wow. Because under the proper direction. While on the other hand, you might be like, wouldn't it be cool to see Jared Leto play the Joker? And everybody knew that was a bad idea. And then we saw the movie, and we knew it was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea. It was a bad idea.
It just
I have somewhat of a... I have a somewhat appreciation for Jared Leto's Joker.
Really?
We'll get into that in a different time.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. I think that Joker is the worst version of the Joker ever.
I didn't say it was the best. I didn't say it was the best. I said I have...
Do you think it's better than any other version of the Joker? No. Too much dead air. Too much dead air.
No.
We can't do that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here's. I'll say it this way. Thank you, Keaton, for saying that. That's fine. I appreciate it like I appreciate Flo Rida's music.
It's not anywhere near the same.
Should I get them apple butter?
I appreciate
that is what he brings to it. Is he is like the Flo Rida. Like if other Jokers are Nas and Tupac and Kendrick, he is Flo Rida.
I would say I have a different appreciation for it because I don't know. I thought it was an interesting take on the Joker. I think it comes down to a lot of direction and the way that movie was made.
Interesting. I'll give you that. So you come to the let's fast forward to the museum attack,
where she calls Alfred and says, "Hey, will you let him know I'm gonna run late?" Hey, Vicky said she's going to be late meeting you at the museum. And he goes, I'm not meeting her at the museum.
Yeah, because she thinks she's having this dinner with Bruce. But instead, who shows up?
The Joker.
The Joker.
With Prince music.
Oh, yes. Party Man. Na, na, na.
Listen.
Party Man.
Come on. Switch to this one really quick. Listen. I love Prince. Did I ever think in my wildest dreams that I would see Prince music playing in the middle of a Batman movie?
Right.
No.
It works.
No, I did not.
It works.
Does it work with what the Joker's doing? Absolutely.
110%. It's so good.
Absolutely.
It's so, they take Prince Purple and everything, and they just play it up in this scene, and it's so great. And he, and that was a big part of the marketing. Because you got to understand, I think this is post Purple Rain.
Mm-hmm.
So Prince is gigantic. And let's not lie, Prince is one of the greatest rock guitarists to ever exist. To say, and I don't want to get on a large tangent on this because we could. His Super Bowl performance, maybe one of the top 3 greatest Super Bowl performances in the history of Super Bowl performances. I mean, he's amazing. So he's a huge sale for all of this, but you do know that this scene here, the museum attack and Prince music and everything, Tim Burton hated this scene.
You could tell when we got to Batman Returns.
You could tell he's doing a totally different thing here. But Tim Burton hated this scene because he felt like it was kind of wedged in here.
Mm-hmm.
But the studio was all, nope, Prince music, yeah, we're doing it. Joker gets to act like a crazy person, we're doing it. Jack Nicholson gets to basically improvise and do whatever he wants. Yeah, we're doing it. And so there we go. There's the museum attack. Batman comes through.
Batman comes through, saves Vicky Vale. They escape in the Batmobile. How much do you weigh? 100, like a little under 140. They go up on the thing, and they stop. It's too
great
much.
Scene. And like he looks at her like, "Were you being honest?" Like it's just a really, really. It's a really good way that is all panned out. I love it. It's fantastic. It's really, really good.
What I am like fast forwarding just a little bit. This leads us to the next time Bruce sees Vicky.
Yes,
is at her apartment, and she's kind of like upset at Bruce because like, why didn't you show up at the museum?
Yeah.
Like, then the Joker attacked me. Where the heck were you?
Is this when the Joker shows up?
This is when the Joker shows up at
the apartment.
At the apartment.
One of my favorite sequences. Because Michael Keaton acts like Beetlejuice in this sequence.
You want to get nuts?
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so completely just out of character.
So out of pocket.
So out of pocket.
Came out of nowhere.
But it's so great how he does it. And he's there. This is all happening. Oh my gosh, what a great scene.
Joker shoots him.
Yes.
But it's Batman. He's prepared.
He's prepared. He has put I think it was like a tray,
like a metal tray to protect from the bullet. Vicky Vale's like, "What? Where'd he go?" And
because he knew exactly which spot about this big that the Joker was going to shoot him.
Yep, he knew where the Joker was going to aim for.
Yes.
The Joker says a line to him that triggers something in him.
Yes.
Or he says his line, "Have you ever danced with the devil in a pale moonlight?" And we get a flashback to the actual killing of Thomas and Martha.
Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that name?
Martha Wayne.
Hey, haven't we quoted that on like 4 episodes?
Yeah, we've said that a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of episodes.
And I said to you when we first saw that, I said, okay, I see the big inspiration with the pearls and everything. And I did have a hot take where I said, I believe that Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman opening with Thomas and Martha Wayne, that's my favorite.
Yeah. And I told you, I think that Zack Snyder does some really cool stylized stuff. But I also told you that I think Zack Snyder watched all of the slow motion parts of The Matrix and was all, hey, let's make a movie that's just made up of all slow motion parts. Because that's all he does. Is like every scene is all,
it's like
hey,
J.J.
let's
Abrams
make an
and
omelet
flare.
in slow motion.
It's like J.J. Abrams and lens flares.
Hey, let's change your pants in slow motion. Like, hey, let's do our hair in slow motion. Like, it's just that's my problem with his, and that whole thing, the way he treats that whole thing like an opening sequence is kind of cool, but it's all these slow motion sequences, and I just think a better played out scene, a little more classic scene, and I also think you don't have his
without this one.
That's
fair.
And
that's
the
fair.
comics.
And the comics, and that's fair. And we find out that the one who ended up killing his parents was a younger Jack Napier.
Yes.
Because he kills his mom and his dad, and then he looks at him and he says, "Hey kid, did you ever dance in the moonlight with the devil, the pale moon?"
Dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Really good job on that one. Bravo, fantastic.
And he realizes that he was the one who killed his parents.
Yeah, it's great.
We come to where then the city council and the mayor and Harvey Dent all say, hey, the 200-year anniversary of Gotham, we're canceling it.
Yeah.
And the Joker says, hey, truths, I love the party. I'm going to drop $20 million. He was Mr. Beast before Mr. Beast.
Yeah, and he
got to come out here and just start throwing money at people.
Absolutely, man. He's going to make it happen. And so ultimately, what do? Like, all the people of the city are all like, no, you need to go on with it. We need to make it happen. Yeah. And they're like, okay. You know, an interesting take, the mayor at the time in this one, not the mayor, but one of the people involved was Ed Koch, who was actually the mayor of New York. I think the end of his term was when this movie came out in 1989. And so you get to this point where it is the Joker parade and the Batwing shows up. And this Batwing is
classic.
Classic.
Shaped like the logo.
Next to maybe the Batfleck one, which is really, really good. This is a great Batwing. It's awesome. The money's fallen, all this stuff. But what they find out is that he's distributing this money, but he's also distributing something else.
He's distributing some of his Joker gas, which, again, none of the other movies ever wanted to touch. But Joker gas is a big deal in the comics, where it's what essentially turns people, like, makes them die of laughter.
Yeah, and honestly, think about, like, how great the miniatures and the floating in between, like, showing what the Batwing looked like flying. This is
and it flies up in front of the moon.
This is prior to, like, special effects, and you can see how they use all that. It's a really well filmed scene. It looks really cool how it flies in front of the moon. And shows the logo up there because
really good.
It's really, really cool. Absolutely iconic. Shows up. And he comes in with the Batwing, and he has those, like, scissors.
My balloons. He's taking my balloons.
My beautiful balloons.
Because the balloons have, bombs attached to them because they're also spraying out the mist. So he takes the balloons out of there, comes back, again, does what everybody shames Ben Affleck's Batman for doing, straight up pulls up guns out of the Batwing and just starts gunning people down.
True. He did.
And then Joker
we need to be nicer to Batfleck.
The Joker pulls just the comically biggest gun I've ever seen in my life.
Which is a collapsible gun. So he pulls this massive gun
like
out,
revolver out of his pants,
and
with
then
the
later
longest barrel.
he pushes that gun barrel in, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
It's so Joker. And
It's
it was
so
just,
Joker.
I feel like in that moment,
and he shoots down the Batwing.
he shoots down the Batwing. One
with
shot, by the
with
way.
a revolver.
With a revolver. But the scene where he then collapses it.
What is
and
that Batwing made out of?
Tinfoil and dreams.
I mean, a revolver's a serious gun, but
still
like,
a serious gun.
yeah. But I mean, it's
He's
not
shooting a
that-
sniper bullet with a barrel that long.
Yeah, he really is. So like he gets this one, which leads to the final showdown, which is ultimately the cathedral.
The cathedral. We see him collapse the thing. He sends up Vicky Vale. Batman's coming to save her. He's fighting off all the goons.
And this, we talked about this when we were watching it. The goons in this are great.
The goons in this are pretty good.
Yeah, they're very, very good. They're not as good as the goons in the next movie.
They're not as good as
The goons in the next one, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. And they're great. They're awesome. This is his group.
Batman's fighting him all the time. The Joker is dancing. The Joker's dancing with Vicky Vale, under the pale moonlight.
Under the pale moonlight. And this is where ultimately they have this interaction where he admits to him as Batman, he's all,
Joker's like, hey, you created me.
created me.
And he's like, well, you created me when you killed my parents.
Exactly. And then Joker kind of laughs it off. Like, I was just a kid. Like, none of that really matters. Like, I was just a kid. None of that really should have any effect. They ultimately get in this back and forth fight, which is a really good fight.
Especially because he can't.
Yeah, especially because he can't look around because the suit is incredibly limited. But a lot of it takes place hanging from the cathedral.
Oh, yeah, he thinks he throws Joker off, and then Joker grabs them, pulls them with him, and Batman's holding onto Vicky Vale, and at the same time trying to pull up, and the Joker's trying to step on their hands.
Batman uses a batarang to wrap around him, and a gargoyle. It catches and ultimately drags him down.
Yeah, and then Joker falls to his death.
Yeah, he falls to his death.
Because this Batman kills people.
This Batman kills people. Absolutely. And, can we comment on something just real briefly? The jackets in the Joker.
Oh, my gosh.
And the logo.
They were... And in the Batman
great.
Returns, they said, hey, guys, these are comic book characters. Maybe we should use their comic book logos for certain things or make them look like they're from the animated series of Batman. And it looks so freaking good.
Looks like Mark Hamill Joker.
And it's amazing.
But it's long before Mark
And we
Hamill.
looked at those jackets. They exist.
Yeah, you can
They're
buy
real.
them. Yeah.
If somebody wants to get me one, I'll wear it.
Yeah, okay, there you go. But then, ultimately, the end. Commissioner Gordon unveils the bat signal. Batman watches from above.
It's just when they shine it for the first time and it's reflecting on all the... Actually, that's in Batman Returns.
That's Batman Returns. The first one is they shine it up in the sky.
And he's up there.
And he is standing up top.
Because Alfred tells Vicky Vale, Bruce is going to be running late. Yeah, it was the first... when they first shine it in Batman Returns.
Yes.
Hey, guys, you have to shine the bat signal over by Bruce Wayne's house. Why? No reason.
No reason.
I need my reflectors to catch it and shine it into the house.
Because it reflects into his house. I love that one. And I mean, while we're not going to unpack all of Batman Returns, this one was, this is the second Keaton film. It is the only other one he would do besides coming back later for Andy Muschietti. And a lot of people don't realize that the shelved Batgirl project.
He was supposed to be in that.
He was supposed to be in that one as well, and he filmed stuff for that one as well. But Burton in Batman Returns, I think Batman Returns is incredibly good, and in some ways I like it better than the original Batman. Stylistically,
darker.
It is so dark.
It's gross.
Winter, the gross everything, and it was like he took all of those ideas that the studio was trying to get him to do in the first movie, and he was all, no, yeah, I don't want to do that. And he made a hit. I mean, we're talking about every 3 years we were getting a Batman movie there for a while. This one was the #1 movie of the year. Batman Returns was the #1 movie of the year. Later on, Batman Forever, which is Val Kilmer.
Mm-hmm. And then Batman and Robin was what, 9?
Number 9th of the year. It almost killed the franchise.
It almost killed the franchise. I mean, put it on my card.
But the thoughts real quickly on Michael Keaton in Batman Returns, Danny DeVito. Personally, I love Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I know you're partial to...
I love Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Love Anne Hathaway's Catwoman.
But she's just not very Catwoman.
It took a second in this movie for me to... Because like Rob said, it is... it's different.
It's a
different.
much more sexual.
Like sexual. Like he went with where Batman, somebody gets shot, there's no blood. This one, there's blood and stuff, and penguins biting off people's noses, but they're also just like real, like they say things and they do things, and I'm like, bro.
Well, yeah, they say crazy lines that are totally off the wall, but this movie is like Batman Returns to me.
I'm Catwoman. Hear me roar.
Is so quotable. It's so quotable, and I mean Bruce Wayne, we barely see.
We barely see Bruce Wayne
at all. This is a Batman movie.
This is a Batman movie.
And
Oswald Cobblepot, Danny DeVito is freaking gross.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
McDonald's actually pulled the Happy Meal toys after the parents complained that the movie was way too disturbing.
It was freaking
that
disgusting.
McDonald's was all, we don't want to have anything to do with this movie. Like, that's the kind of movie it was.
You had Christopher Walken.
But that gives you...
Talking about the Batman.
Yes, it's Max Schreck, and like, again, real care for the comics, but it was him making his own thing. And this all leads into like this is an era. This is the
campy.
The 89 through 90s version of it. You get the Joel Schumacher era that comes after that, where you have...
Hey, freeze.
Yeah, you got, Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Val Kilmer is Batman this
Tommy
time.
Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Two-Face.
As Two-Face. Harvey Dent, but they really more focus on the Two-Face part.
George Clooney is Batman.
In Batman and Robin. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze.
I don't know who played. Is Uma Thurman Poison Ivy?
Poison Ivy.
You get Bane.
You get Bane in this
comically crazy Bane.
An absolutely insane Bane. Like a very similar Bane to probably like the Harley Quinn series Bane.
Yeah.
Just couldn't talk at all. And honestly, they just kept getting campier and campier and campier. But what's so important about this era is, can you tell, Nick, how this era really set up the future of Batman movies?
You could see not even just Batman movies. Like we all like to say,
or even Batman comics,
but I'd say even outside of that, like with this ending, with Batman and Robin ending around at 1997, ultimately after that you get X-Men, and then after X-Men you get Spider-Man, and they kind of, like, you saw them kind of turn away from the camp because Batman got so campy that they said people aren't going to want to watch this anymore. They're not going to want to watch Batman pulling out a card that says Batman unlimited purchase, all that stuff. So they went a little darker with it in the X-Men series. And when you get to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, he does a good mix of both.
Yeah.
He does a good mix of little darker with Green Goblin, but also the campiness of Spider-Man. And you honestly, similar how we said you don't get superhero movies without Superman, you don't get some of the early 2000s superhero movies from Marvel and even DC, because Batman Begins came out in 2008?
Yeah.
Or no, that was earlier, because Dark Knight is 2008.
Yeah, Dark Knight is 2008, and so Batman Begins is probably like 2005.
Yeah, so you don't get those movies without these ones.
Well, and without, there's, obviously always, like I said, Bob Kane, Bill Finger deserve a ton of credit. What Tim Burton did here in the mid 80s, that's when Frank Miller is making comics that are Dark Knights, ones that would really inspire a ton of this, but it would change a whole era of Batman movies. And you would have characters like Ben Affleck's and Pattinson's character, they all borrow from the Michael Keaton version. So I think it's just an incredibly important Batman film. And I do appreciate Michael Keaton. And tonight I might go home and watch... I'm not going to watch The Flash because The Flash is bad. But I'm going to fast forward and watch the Batman scenes in The Flash because they're so good.
They're so good.
They're so good.
On our kernel scale...
What would you rate it?
I'd give Batman, the first one, and it might be... I don't know how you're going to rate it, but I would give it about 3.5.
Yeah, Batman is 3.5 for me.
3.5 for me. It's iconic. I love Michael Keaton.
I would give it the same 3.5 for Batman for me. Batman Returns would be 4 kernels for me.
Batman Returns for me would be 3.
Yes,
that movie was just. I really enjoyed it. After a minute, it took me a second to really get into it.
Yes,
but it's still so freaking
stylistically nice. And everything. I think it just takes everything that Batman is and it just steps it up on another level.
Got penguins with rockets on their backs in that movie.
Gosh, man! Like the way I explained it to him. And if you want to watch something really interesting, There is a series of movies called the Gremlins series. Gremlins, made by Joe Dante. Great movie. The second Gremlins movie. Keaton, have you seen the second Gremlins movie? Have you seen Gremlins original? No, you haven't? Oh my gosh, these are great movies. Gremlins original, made by Joe Dante, produced by Steven Spielberg. The second one would be released. And this one was... Quentin Tarantino said this is one of the best movies ever made. Gremlins 2, The New Batch. But if you want to watch something really interesting, go watch a Key and Peele sketch about Gremlins 2, the making of Gremlins 2.
He showed this to me quite literally right after we finished Batman Returns.
And it feels like the same energy that Tim Burton and them had going into this.
We were joking.
Hey, let's attach robotic eyepieces to penguins and let them be suicide penguin bombers.
They were in the writer's room, and Tim Burton was like, hey guys, so we're going to have Danny DeVito in this absolutely filthy onesie the entire movie, and he's going to strap rockets to penguins.
Yes.
And we're going to put little aiming devices on these penguins. And I feel like somebody in there had to have gone, Tim, I think you've lost a little bit. And he went, get out.
Get out. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
He doesn't understand the vision.
I want new energy. I want more energies here. I want a circus troupe of like the people that follow me around. His goons, as we were saying before, I want them to follow me around and breathe fire and I want a dog, a chihuahua,
to catch a batarang.
That'll catch a batarang out of midair.
You know what else I want? I want Danny DeVito to say, we're gonna start kidnapping children.
Yes,
and kill them.
And we're gonna kill all the babies in town.
One of his goons go
like it's something out of Exodus.
And we're gonna have him go. One of his goons go, kidnapping kids. That's a little, and then the penguin's gonna kill him.
And we're gonna have him see Catwoman and make some very questionable.
Very questionable comments.
But it's why it's so good. It's so campy. It's so great, and it only increases the camp. And it makes me want to watch all the Batmans over again. I love the character Batman. DC characters, in my opinion, I love me some Superman, but I don't know that there's a better character in DC.
I love Batman. But
Can
you guess my favorite DC character?
Your favorite DC character besides Batman?
Yeah.
Would be... no, I don't think I know.
I'll give you this. He's one of the core Justice League founders.
You like Aquaman?
No. No.
Cyborg?
No. It's not the Flash.
It's not the Flash?
Mm.
Who am I forgetting?
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Oh, you said Green Arrow.
He said Green Arrow.
Green Lantern?
I love Green Lantern. Green Lantern, and that'll be a different topic for a different day. But Green Lantern,
bad. But we got a movie. We got a TV series coming out this year called Lanterns on HBO, which is going to be really great. I really think it's going to be really
I'm
good.
excited. That's a whole topic for another day. I will say, but Green Lantern holds a special place in my heart.
I would have guessed Aquaman. You seem like an Aquaman kind of guy.
Nah. I mean, Jason Momoa is really cool.
He's great.
But that brings us to the point where typically I'd have my laptop here and I'd spin the wheel. But we have a producer now who's lovely and is going to be doing that for us.
Oh, man.
So I don't get to see it ahead of time.
That's awesome. Okay, are you going to spin the wheel for him, Keaton?
Is it shuffled? Did it shuffle a bunch or is it in alphabetical order? Oh,
it's
perfect.
shuffled.
Here we go.
Okay, we ready. Drum roll, please. Next movie. Tell us, producer. Pan's Labyrinth. Oh,
okay.
Come on. Have you seen it?
Not fully.
You
don't out me. Don't out me. Don't do it. Yes, I did. Yeah, don't do it.
Okay. I will save those comments for the next episode. Guillermo del Toro, Pan's Labyrinth,
David Bowie.
I have
Jim Henson.
I have so many. No. This is Pan's Labyrinth, not Labyrinth. You're thinking David Bowie. You're talking Pan's Labyrinth, right?
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes. Labyrinth is David Bowie, Jim Henson. Pan's Labyrinth is Guillermo del Toro, absolute crazy sauce.
Oh, okay.
With the eyes and the hands.
Oh, I didn't. Did you add that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't add that.
Great movie, excellent movie, stylistic. This is so different. I love Guillermo del Toro, so I'm really stoked for this. This is gonna be
It's gonna be a great episode.
Great episode, and he's never seen it.
Yeah, now I've only seen the opening.
Yes.
We just watched it in film school.
And it's important. It's very, very good. So really stoked for that. Anything else you want to share with them before we close?
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you keep hearing buzzers, unfortunately right now our podcast is in a shared space. Hopefully soon it won't be. Hopefully soon it won't be. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. For those watching on Spotify, make sure to follow. If you're watching it on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment of what your thoughts were. We love hearing what you guys think, especially if Rob's calling out my family. They love to respond to that.
Absolutely. And we are going to try to expand to even more formats. So if you get your podcast from a lot of different other areas, hopefully we'll be on there soon. But thanks for watching. We'll see you at the movies.